What do you think that says about not just Louis Foster, not just certain teams in the IndyCar series, but the state of Indy Next? If there is, much like what we've seen in Formula 2, not necessarily as much of a clear path to the next step.
I think it's just an increased level of competition, not just on track, but for these seats. I think we're easily in one of the most competitive silly seasons in recent history that I can think of, especially when you're talking about guys like Linus Lundqvist, Christian Rasmussen. Both of those guys are essentially on one-year contracts. We could very well see them not at the same place next year. When you also take into consideration maybe some of the veterans trying to reshuffle, Alexander Rossi, that's still a 90% on where he's going to be next year. Talking about Formula 2 guys, we know that maybe we could see Logan Sargent coming over from F1, maybe a handful of F2 talent trying to get their toe in the the IndyCar water as well. So I really don't think it's too much on James. It's just a matter of this is so competitive to even be here in the first place. I think, unfortunately, like Formula One, it's just a matter of you got to wait a season or two and hopefully you'll get an opening. Hunter McElroy, another fantastic example, had a great race at Toronto. Still nothing full-time yet. Hopefully something soon for that young man because he did fantastic at Toronto. But no, you just think of so many guys that deserve full-time rides here, and everything is such a big maybe here, especially after Nashville.
Yeah, well, it does seem like it works better for certain drivers than others. And we saw, of course, Nolan Siegel. I think people might have forgotten by now. It looked like it was going to be a battle between him and Louis Foster and Jacob Abel for the championship. And then Siegel got the call up to the IndyCar Series and still, I guess, 17th in Indy NXT points for whatever it's worth. But his main focus has been on IndyCar the last several months. But Brandon, I don't know if you have any thoughts on the situation of a driver market that Louis Foster might be looking at that may not have as many openings as he would like. What do you think that says about the current state of the IndyCar series?
Yeah, it's other than it's just sad that we have talent like Louis Foster that can't have a ride in IndyCar because of the seats, the lack of seats, and how similar that is to the European ladder today, and which we'll talk about here real soon. But yeah, it is sad that that's the current state we're in right now, and just not feasible, I guess, yet to have new spots be created to be available.